Assalamu alaikum. There are 101 ways to make money online. Now, most of them are fake or promoted by gurus, which is why in this video, I'm revealing to you 7 halal ways to make 10K a month as a Muslim in 2025.
I know some people that are in this field that are making $30,000 just for one.
And you can make 10K in your pocket.
Looking at anywhere between 5 figures.
At least at 10K a month.
Instead of giving you some random information I just found online like all the other gurus, I actually flew out all 7 Muslim entrepreneurs who are running those 10K a month businesses to show you exactly how they're doing it so you can do it too, inshallah. Let's get in the video. AKA, AKA Abu Systems. What do you do for a living?
I run automation and systems.
What does that mean for someone who doesn't know nothing about that?
So essentially we use many tools in the company. It's about plugging them together so that it makes it easier for the team to use those tools.
To save time.
And save time, I guess, like increase the profits, reduce the expenses, those kind of things.
How did you get started doing this?
That was kind of like by default because I was in tech before and then I transitioned to sales. And so like the mix of both, it was the perfect skill set like to get into automations.
How would someone get started to do this as a business?
So for example, CRMs, right? Like every business uses CRM. A CRM is a customer relationship management tool.
Okay.
You track which stage they're in the sales stage, etc. So it's about understanding what are the common tools that businesses use.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of like understands them anyways, because when you're an employee, like you're told to use certain tools.
Yes.
So by using those tools, you already know what are the things that you struggle with. What are the things that you as a user of that tool struggle with that makes you lose your time? What takes away from what you do best in the company?
Yeah.
Once you figure those things out and you know which tools every business use, then you can just figure out Zapier, Make, and those are examples of platforms that automate things.
Okay.
You can just figure out those tools. I think, to be honest, if someone was to get started in this, you could literally just pull up ChatGPT, tell it about your day, like what you're doing on a day-to-day, and ask it to ask you questions so that you understand what you're doing. And then from there, once you understand like what's your day-to-day like, just ask it, what are the things that I can automate? What are the things that I am doing manually that I shouldn't?
And then once you understand that, you just go and like fix it for yourself.
Yep.
And you just go and fix it for others.
And you do the same thing for others, yeah?
What could they expect to make doing that and selling it to other businesses?
You can make a lot of money with it. I mean, I know some people that are in this field that are making up to $30,000 just for one automation.
Now on the same topic that Omar does with helping businesses grow, we have brother Ali who runs ads for businesses. He basically set up their whole Facebook ads, Instagram ads for them and charges them a retainer and a percentage of the money they make. He's explaining us how we do it. Let's see it. So here we have Ali.
Yeah.
I'll let him introduce himself. Super tough guy. Share some thoughts. That's your time.
Sure, man. Sure. So thanks, Ayub. I'm Ali, and I have a business that helps scale info product and home improvement companies through paid ads. I started working corporate 9 to 5 when I was young. It was 18. I built up all the skills myself on how to run ads and how to run them successfully, how to manage relationships, how to outreach, how to close deals, and everything I had to learn myself.
When you're mentioning you spent time learning the skill, what specifically did you do?
Well, the first thing is that one thing that I did is that I said, how can I spend more time doing paid ads than anybody else? And I thought, okay, the best way that I can do that is that if I'm getting paid to learn paid ads and then also learning it in my spare time. I got a job working in paid ads. It didn't make that much. I was earning less than £1,200 a month. My first job, I was working about 45 hours a week and earning £200 a month. The other thing that I did that helped me accelerate growth is that I wasn't afraid to invest into education. So when I did have some money that I was coming in, I would invest it into education, courses, and that, alhamdulillah, helped accelerate my learning. I'd say that the biggest thing is that a lot of people, when they want to start business, feel like they can't ask for help because then that like somehow lowers their like achievement because they ask for help from this one, ask for help for this one. Completely not the case. When you're in the beginning, you should ask for help from everyone you can get it for. If you've got a family friend that will be your first client, if you've got this one, the friend that you can ask whose dad is doing this, that you can ask for some help, the more help you can get, the better, alhamdulillah. Like you should never feel bad about asking for help. I still ask for help now to this day. For somebody else that wanted to replicate what I did, spend the time learning the skill. I don't think that there's anybody that can achieve the success that they want without spending the years grinding. So just understand that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Just like get working, and then inshallah after a few years and that you'll really start to reap the rewards. And when things come, like they come very quick. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses you, you know, like very quickly when it's your time. So I found anyway that I had to work maybe 4 or 5 years, seeing slow growth to get 6 months where things like were beyond my wildest dreams. And I think that that's like realistic expectation, honestly.
Amazing. Now Ali's job is to bring leads into the business, but once leads apply to work with you, you need to call them. Who's doing that? An appointment setter. And now we're going to interview Musa, who's an appointment setter. He basically calls people straight when they apply to work with you. That way he can search them with another guy who's gonna sell them. So an appointment setter calls the leads when they come in and they make about 5 to 10K monthly. Let's get it.
2:30 p.m.
on a Thursday. Allah Mubarak, usually most people here, they would be at work or doing something in an office. Why are you currently in Marrakesh next to a pool? What do you do for a living? How does that even happen?
I said first thing first is from the ni'mah and fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Alhamdulillah.
But secondly, it's being able to make money online because of a skill, right? I'm obviously an appointment setter.
Very simply, what is an appointment setter?
So an individual is interested in something, a product or a service. They want to buy something that costs a lot of money.
Okay.
Right?
Of over like $2,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
$2,000. Now, when they're interested in that, they wouldn't just buy it straight away. They book a consultation.
Yeah.
I would reach out to them.
Okay.
Have a conversation with them to understand what their needs are.
Yeah.
And if our product or service will genuinely be able to help them.
Yeah.
If it is, I'll put them onto the next stage.
Which is the demonstration call of, okay, this is interesting. So you connect people who are interested into buying something, you connect them with the final stage. How did you even get started with this?
I used to study and work as an engineer for 4 years, and it was a lack of passion that I had for my job and a feeling that I could always do more. I just didn't know what that more was, but I didn't feel comfortable staying there. So I pursued online sales.
Yeah.
Right? I felt like I could speak and communicate well.
Yeah.
And I thought with a bit of development, I could make some money with that.
Let's say someone sticks to appointment setting for, let's say 6 months to a year and is on a great offer. What is the income they can hope to make?
You can make 10K as an appointment seller, 100%.
And that's like profit where you keep the
100% in your pocket, 100%.
No, but
10K, I'm confident.
2K, 3K your first month, 5K, and then you work towards 10K when you're on the high end.
Exactly.
But that's achievable.
It's definitely achievable. And even if you were on the pursuit to 10K, factor in what are you doing for the 2, 3, 4, 5K that you're making compared to if you were working a job. You're picking up the phone and you're having conversations with people and you're getting paid thousands. You can support your family, you get more. It's not just monetary. Yeah. You get time. You can be at home. Yeah. You can be more active. Someone needs to go to the doctor, the GP, the this, the that. There's an emergency. You can be present, right? Instead of, oh, I have to wait till the weekend. And even on the weekend, you're too tired. You haven't got time for anyone. You haven't got energy. You don't even have time for yourself. Yeah. So in terms of the practical steps, the first thing is obviously making the decision and committing to it. Number 2, you take action every day. And this is what the action would be, right? You have 2 options. You can either get a mentorship, someone that coaches you one-to-one.
So you pay someone who is either a really good appointment setter or is someone who trains appointment setters. Yep. You pay him a few £1,000s to learn exactly how to do it and fast forward your progress. That's the paid, fast way. Let's say someone doesn't have the money or doesn't want to invest in himself, etc. What's another way he can do it?
So you can use free online resources in terms of sales and understanding sales and intentionality. I'd suggest that.
You type Josh Lyons, that's not affiliated, that's whatever, it's just a killer at sales. You Google that, you watch his YouTube channel, and you check all the videos about it.
Follow every single Muslim salesperson or every single salesperson that you know and network. The thing is volume. And at the end of the day, the success of the volume and the outreach that you do in terms of networking is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You'll get there. It will come. You just have to do the actions, stay patient, and make a lot of dua.
That's amazing advice, Zahri. Would you have any last piece of nugget, any last advice for someone who liked what you said so far and wants to actually take action? This is your last call before never seeing them again. And bi'idhnillah, they'll actually go and get the results.
There's 2 things. If you want to become a setter, there are communities that are affordable in which you can do that. You have to be proactive. You have to take it with both hands. And you have to hold yourself accountable. That's number 1. And number 2, there's no shame in accepting the fact that you're not where you want to be. Because I'll ask you a question. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides for the non-Muslim, and a lot of them are very wealthy, what makes you think you'll ask him for something and strive for it and he won't give it to you?
Nothing.
Then you have to ask, how badly do I want it? How on it am I with my ibadah, my istighfar? Do I wake up for tahajjud? These things, actually, even now when I'm working, if I notice my performance dips, I can that. SubhanAllah, I missed Fajr today. Yeah. Or SubhanAllah, I didn't do my afkar. If you're hesitant to take the jump, then you should question if your tawakkul is in the right place. Yeah. I would say that is enough of a reason to do it.
Yeah, to prove your tawakkul.
I have tawakkul. This is the only way I can show to myself and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I rely on you.
Jazakallah khair, akhi. Allah barakallahu fi. Habibi. Now, Musa is an appointment setter, which means he sets appointment. For who? For closers, salespeople who take the calls and finally closes the deal. So now we're going to interview a closer, which is a salesperson who speaks with people and collects the money. Those are the guys that makes the big money. Make sure you take notes because this guy is giving you all the sauce. Allahumma barik. Let's see it. Assalamu alaikum, habibi.
Alhamdulillah. How about you?
Alhamdulillah. I'd say we get straight into it. What do you do for a living?
For a living, I am a closer.
What does that mean?
Closer pretty much means that you hop on conversations with people, usually online, but it could also be door to door. And the whole point of it is that you help them come to a decision, and usually you sell a certain either product or service.
What could they expect to be making on a monthly basis?
There should be no reason why you shouldn't be at least at 10K a month after 6 months to a year.
Of you working in a closing
working,
position?
Yeah, working. You have the learning part, but actually working on it, yes, alhamdulillah.
Makes sense. I still have clarity on how can I start.
Yeah.
There's so much fluff, there's so much stuff. You're someone who is doing it. This is your time to speak to someone who wants to be in that position. Give them the sauce.
Okay. So if I have to start from scratch, what I would do is I would first of all learn the basics by myself. Basics is just understanding how a closing call works in general. And then you can go to almost any offer because the principles stay the same. Once you have a basic understanding and a basic skill set of it, then I would also preferably get a partner that you could role play with before you jump into a company.
Okay. I need to find my first offer. What do I do?
The first thing I am going to do is you find other closers,
Okay.
and they're on an offer, and then you ask them to either join that offer or maybe they know of other offers.
Okay. Nugget for this. There are things that are called sales communities. So you go on school, you go on Facebook groups, Discords, and you just Google that, like sales community on school, sales community on Discord. You join like tens of communities and you just network with people, get to meet people, DM them, be valuable, do it. Like the key is doing volume and meet a lot of people. What do you ask them? Can you refer me to an offer? Can you plug me in? What do you do?
Preferably you do this with the person that you found originally and that you're role playing with.
Okay.
That's what I have done.
Yeah.
And then you get into his network,
Yeah.
if he's already built up a network of closers and offers, and then you can find an offer.
Yeah.
And you can just repeat that process.
Would you advise here, for example, to say, can you help me find a role? I'll give you my first $500 of commissions.
That could be very interesting. That I would do something like that if the company that you want to work for is established and really good.
The time frame. My goal is to make money as fast as possible while still doing it with ihsan and becoming good.
Yeah.
Step one, how long should I spend on that?
Spend at least 7 days of good practice every single day, being super repetitive.
Yeah.
The same thing again and again. Spend 7 days just learning and studying.
So that's 7 days. What do you do next? You said you're going to try and find a partner to roleplay with. I reach out to 50 people per day.
Yeah.
How long would that take until that bites and I find a guy that want to roleplay with me?
1, 2, max 3 days. If you're sending out 50 a day, 100%.
Okay, so now we're 10 days in. How long should I roleplay with him before moving to step 3 where I'm going to actually start and get a sales job?
This could take up to a week depending on how much roleplay you do. If you do 30 minutes a day or you do 2 hours a day, there's a big difference.
Okay.
You just need to be comfortable enough, like you said. So with ihsan, you can actually join the company, be helpful for the company, and actually perform.
Yeah. Now you're 3 weeks into it. My next step is finding a sales role and get that position and make money.
Yeah.
How long is that going to take me?
I think within 1 week, you're going to have multiple conversations set up.
Okay, so now you're 30 days into it. You went from nothing to having a sales position.
Yes.
How long would you say of me going crazy, taking 5, 6, 7 calls per day, 1 hour calls, until I can hit my first, let's say, 5K a month of net profit commissions?
Within your first month, honestly, you can easily be between 2 to 5K. I want to give one nugget, which I think is so extremely important. You need to always be in a state of self-improvement and never let ego get in the way of you actually getting to the next level.
Yeah.
Even if you, let's say you've been in sales for 5 years and some guy joined sales 2 months ago, don't look at him like, hey, I'm this guy, you're this guy, you can't teach me anything.
Yeah.
Everyone can teach you something and you should always be open-minded.
Anything else? I feel like we gave all the sauce.
If they do that, brother, they're going to be money.
Now guys, we just interviewed 2 salespeople, a setter and a closer. There's companies who have tens and tens of closers and appointment setters. They need managers, they need people to manage them, and we call them setter and sales manager. And in this video, I found you a setter manager, Allahumma barik, that we interviewed that shows you how to go from being a setter or closer to becoming a setter manager, inshallah. Ismail, let's see it.
Habibi Ismail, Jazakallah khair for your time. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah.
You good?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Want to get straight into it. I just interviewed some appointment setters and I couldn't go interviewing appointment setter pro max on Barik. So to make it simple, what do you do for a living?
Yeah, so essentially what I do is I manage appointment setters.
Okay, so you're the step after.
Exactly. Essentially what that entails is like a company will have a team of setters, right? And then they'll have somebody that sort of like manages and coaches them on a day-to-day basis.
So the company would go to you, tell you these are the goals we have in terms of calls booked, or this is what we would want from the sellers, and up there it's your responsibility and you take it from there.
Exactly. So typically it's like, amount of calls booked, a certain sort of like close percentage, a certain show rate, certain sort of like cash collected even based on all the data. And you just try and work towards that.
How do you work your way up to that position? How did you get started and how you got to a position where you can do setting management?
You'd start out as a setter. You perform sort of like a high level as a setter, like you do really well essentially, right?
Yeah.
So for setters, what's the thing that's going to have the biggest impact for the business? And that's cash collected.
Okay.
So typically a great appointment setter, one that would in a certain time frame be then moved up to sort of like setter manager, with somebody that will be doing over 100K a month in cash collected.
For the company. So a setter would make about 5% of what they generate. Is that right? That's the commission on average. For setter manager, once you get most of that position, how does the composition look look like? What can a set manager expect to make?
So typically what it works out is a base plus commission. They'll be paid a certain salary monthly, right? And then they'll be paid a percentage on the cash collected.
From
based
all
on
the sellers they manage.
all the sellers that they manage.
Can you give me a ballpark of what's the average estimate base and what's the estimate percentage so people can have an idea of, okay, how much can I make realistically?
So typically it's like 4 to 6K
Base?
base,
That's their
4 to
salary.
6K based on the company, all that kind of stuff, what they're doing. And then you've got a percentage, which is typically in the 3% realm. So it depends on the company. Typically it starts around 3 to 5%. And depends on also the base salary that they get. You can see them making 8, 10K plus a month, depending on, you know, performance of the setters that they're managing.
Let's say now there's a setter that's watching this. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm starting as a setter. I'm performing well. What would be the steps you're advising to take to now go and become that setter manager and get to that 8, 10K plus per month mark?
It's sort of like a gradual transition. You want to show the business that you have a skill set that goes beyond just setting calls and so on and so forth.
How do you do that? How do you show them that tangibly?
Yeah, tangibly, you take on more responsibility without being asked.
Give me an example.
Example, sharing more on meetings.
Okay.
Right? Let's say you're doing well, then sharing that with maybe even putting sort of like SOPs in place, which is like standard operating procedures. And if you want to go even like a level above that, right? And this is some secret sauce, is you'd actually download that call, do a breakdown of it, and show exactly what you did, why you did it, and why the outcome was that happened.
The impact that you had.
The impact that you had, which is essentially is that person then enrolling and becoming a client. Right? If you're able to do that, then you show the company that you're way more valuable, and your value goes way beyond just as an
100%.
appointment setter.
What's the expected time frame that he has to go through, prove himself, and then ask for that or show that he's eligible for a setter position manager?
Yeah, so if you're starting brand new, you have to set the right expectation for yourself. That's going to take 6 months to a year at least, minimum, right? That's if you're performing. If you're not performing, you go through ups and downs, so on and so forth, it might take you longer.
But that's realistic.
Exactly.
To achieve a 6-figure a year salary, or you're managing people, it's a manager position. It's not a small position. It's actually very rare that you hear that in companies. It's usually 5, 10, 15 plus years where you become senior, and then maybe inshallah you hope getting a managing position.
And it takes time and effort. It's not something that's going to be easy, but if it's something that you enjoy, you like doing, and you perform well at, then you're going to love it, and you're going to make not only like good money, you're going to make good money for a company, but you're also going to have sort of like a wide impact as well. Just think about from yourself in terms of the people that you're helping. Then you're managing a group of people, the people that they're helping is having like a compound effect.
A lot more fulfillment.
Exactly.
Habibi, dropped too much sauce now. I want to flood the market of set managers.
Now, we just spoke with 3 different people that are related to sales. They just bring you a ton of clients and make you money. But now, when you have a ton of clients, how are you going to handle them? How are you going to make sure they're happy? This is when you need a community manager. So again, I found your community manager and I interviewed him for him to tell you how you can start from zero to become a community manager, inshallah. Abdul Hakim, let's see it.
Alhamdulillah.
Yourself good.
Alhamdulillah. Amazing place. Can't complain. Allahu barik. Tell us what you do and how could someone who's watching this video get started if he likes what he's hearing about you. So to actually start with, what do you do for a living?
So essentially what I do is make companies that deal with a lot of individuals. I make their life easy for them, essentially, if that makes sense.
What's that called?
So I'd like to call it myself community management.
Okay.
In terms of ensuring that everyone within that specific program or under the help of that company is catered to across all fields, whether, you know, be it from what they're starting with or what they're ending with. The whole process is smooth for them, inshallah.
How did you get started even doing this?
I feel like with a lot of things, people have a big misconception that if you want to get started in a specific thing like community management or perhaps even another side hustle as well, you need to study under someone or you need to go and get this resource, but that's not necessarily necessary. What I did was look at my own experiences, my own experiences within my own community and my own experiences within the online space as well, and understood what I liked, what I didn't like, and how I may be able to actually help individuals who aren't able to fulfill that same amount of contentment within their clients themselves. I've been part of many online communities myself. I saw a lot of things that worked. I saw a lot of things that didn't. And I understand what it takes for those who don't necessarily have the time to actually give towards their clients, help them in that regard and essentially bridge the gap between both.
So what could someone in that position aspire to make?
Could really vary, honestly. Starting out, perhaps if you're in like a smaller company or if that department has just kind of opened up, you would be looking at 1.5 to maybe like 2,000 per month. And then from there, obviously, as you progress, gain more value and essentially just bridge more gaps, you could easily be looking at anywhere between 5 figures. Nothing, you know, way too high, but definitely
5 figures per month.
5 figures per month, 100%.
How long would you say it would take for someone that's starting out to walk his way up there until he can aspire to get there.
It doesn't take as much time as people may actually think, from like, 6 to 12 months to be able to make that jump from obviously first making money and then from there getting to where you really want to get to. That could be the time frame, but obviously comes down to from person to person.
Yeah,
dedication.
how much work you put in.
Exactly. How important it is to you as well.
Sense. What would be certain action steps that you could give them that they could take to start that journey and shall I hope to get in that position?
Just going into communities and providing value from there. Once you start to provide value out of your own free will and others are starting to take benefit from it, you can essentially start building your own sort of proficiency, if you want to put it that way. The more people you're able to impact, through your posts or even just engagement, suggestions that you can give to the community, it's a very good way for attention to get put on you in that sense.
Okay, from this, what would be the next step to transition from an active member to someone that could have a role and that could show that the value that he can provide?
The next would literally just be taking whatever opportunity comes up. These are things that are actually in demand. Communities genuinely need this. It's just a matter of being able to get yourself in the position to show that you're someone who would actually be able to fit that position.
Okay, and for reference, I ran 2 communities, one of them with 15,000 people, another one with hundreds of 700 people, and we notice every single guy that makes a post. We notice and see every single post from everyone, and that's actually where we go and pull out, oh, this guy is interesting. I like to have a conversation with him. If I'm looking for that position, that's the kind of guy I'm looking for.
Exactly.
Amazing. Jazakallah khair.
Oh yeah.
Allah bless you.
I mean.
So now that you know about community management, we just finished talking about most of the common businesses that are halal for you to make anywhere from 5 to 10k a month, alhamdulillah. Now, for the last one, I actually decided to do something special. I didn't get you someone that has a normal job or that has a normal business. I got you someone that makes money going on holidays. That's crazy. This guy literally charges you thousands of dollars to go on a holiday with you. That's crazy. He's basically someone who organizes retreats for companies and people who want to go on holiday. He's an expert at organizing all of that. I spoke to him. It's actually super interesting if you're somebody that wants to travel and make money at the same time. Take notes. Let's go.
Habibi, we're in your element now. Allah Mubarak, the retreats.
Barakallah feek.
Chat to us about what you do, how you started.
My name is Ali from Southwest Desert Zagur, alhamdulillah. Yeah, just a small village. What I do is like brothers like you, or either the ones who want to bring their team, or they have, or an influencer who have clients, or he wants to upsell his clients that he has already on a program. He brings his clients in group or his team.
Make an event.
Yeah, to make an event. I do management. Like I do management event, everything, like all the process, getting them the villa, transportation, all this stuff. I position myself as someone who saves time and money and getting the best experience in a halal way, of course, and you don't get scammed.
How did you get started?
The first one, alhamdulillah, was the brother. He invited me to one of his retreats, and he said, like, can you help us like find a villa? I said, yeah, I'm helping you. I done the first one with him, was smooth, alhamdulillah, was good. The second one with another brother, he brought his team as well. And the third one with the same brother I started with. At the third one, he told me like, you need to start this. I can't tell you like, you are doing good in this. Alhamdulillah.
So it all started from you saying, let me help a friend out. Because I just provide value.
Yeah.
He did the first event for free.
Yeah.
He did the third one as well.
Yeah, for free.
For free. Just to help them out.
Just to help them out.
But bear in mind for the guys to understand, how long was each retreat?
Like 3-5 days, depends.
3 to 5 days in-person retreats when you're not getting paid a single thing, and you have to organize everything and take the responsibility of if the retreat is going to do well or not.
I feel like my iman is high after any retreat I done, subhanallah. So I enjoy it. It helps me, them smiling, saying like, Long barak, barakallah feek.
Who would you say is this type of business model for?
For example, like, let's say like a guy from Tajikistan. He's from Tajikistan, he speaks the language, he knows people. What he can do, if people like are planning to come to his country, like just go outside, call people, bro, make calls. You speak the same language, ask people in the touristic domain. Basically, it's easy because like you have big guys, they inflated the price and they don't care about like small people and small teams, and especially for Muslims
it's actually really good.
Yeah, exactly. You know where to avoid haram, where to avoid fitna, where this.
Let's say someone gets it rolling after the first year, how much can you expect to make with the business?
For each retreat, it depends, like if the influencer or the guy who's doing it is bringing clients, so you get paid by percentage.
Okay.
It starts from 35% to 50% percentage net from the net profit.
Yeah.
Or you charge a flat fee, like starting from 2.5k plus.
And how many retreats can you do per month?
Let's say 3 to 5.
Okay, no works. So that if you make 2 to 5k per retreat.
Yeah.
No bags.
That's good money, Lombard.
Yeah, that's actually sick, Lombard. And they might see it and say, oh, he's going to pay you 5k, he's going to do it by himself. Actually, we brought 18 people.
Yes.
Here. Like, I'm not running a school to like go and have the kids 2x2 and do whatever. I don't want to care about none of that.
And you want to give time to your clients as well.
100%.
You want to have
100%. But what I love is that I didn't care about a single thing. Well, I don't even know where did he buy the food from, which place. I don't even know the address of the place we're going.
Exactly.
We have a van. The guy's driving. He's cool. That's it. I'm just jumping in. He tells me, go there. What do you want to do? What do you prefer? That's it. I have to make no decisions. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's super inspiring.
Barakallah fik, Khalid.
The business.
So now that was 7 halal ways to make 10K a month with a halal online business. Comment below which entrepreneur and business model you liked the most and let me know which video you'd like to see next. My goal is to help Muslims make money online. Whatever you need, I'm here to help you out. So comment below and I'll make a video on it, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.